Are you ready for LFA?
What's up, brothers? Hope everyone's doing well out there. Welcome to the LFA After Dark channel. I'm out here in the field where all the magic happens. Tonight's video request comes from a subscriber who's having some lady problems with a gal from the gym. Now, I think this subject matter will be relatable to a lot of guys out there. And maybe your situation takes place in the gym, or maybe you have an almost identical situation taking place somewhere outside of the gym, like at school, or in the workplace, or in a social circle. So, if the gym ain't your thing, the dynamics involved in this video may still be something you can learn from. So anyways, let's hear from him, and let's hear his video request and listen to what he has to say.
I live on 7 Mile Road, but the situation here with women is very similar to that over on 8 Mile, which is a shame. Now, regarding my question, there is this girl at the gym. As soon as she saw me a year ago, I caught her eye as she started following me from machine to machine, but not yet initiating conversation with me. She eventually did after a few days, classic one, "How many sets have you got left?" To which I replied shortly and did not pay attention to her. Then there were a few more tries to which I never really continued the conversation and was just focused on my training. Then after that, I noticed that her female friends from the gym were looking at me, smiling at me, looking to see if I was looking at her, etc. All the stuff that means one thing only: she has a crush on me. She then saw me drive by in my car one time, and she was even more interested in me. Shortly after that, I switched gyms since I got bored and I like to switch things up. And lo and behold, she showed up there. Not initiating anything again, but constantly trying to walk in front of me, work out beside me, etc. Again, I'm still cold, and I will tell you the reason why in a second. Then she had periods when she was not showing up at the gym, but as soon as she did, always looking at me from far away, following me to train near me, but not trying anything verbally. And bro, this lasts almost a year now, lol. She is very persistent. Finally, on Monday last week, as I was minding my own business, she came to train close to me, and when I finished my set, she stood in front of me with a big smile on her face and asked me, why am I doing that exercise that way? I started to talk with her, and I could tell that she was talking way differently with me, with all the other men that were trying to speak with her. It was like she was careful what to say and was closely listening to what I was saying. She was also nervous since she could not maintain eye contact like I did, and occasionally looked around when she talked to me while trying to maintain conversation and asking me questions about my routine, opinions, etc. Of course, I talked and smiled to try and relax her a little bit, teased her a little since she said that she gained a little weight. She smiled and looked away, which she did several times during the conversation. I ended the conversation after around 10 to 15 minutes by saying sorry, but I have to finish my workout and nicely introduce myself, after which she did the same and asked her if she wanted to work out with me sometime. She said sure instantly and asked when I am at the gym, to which I replied the days and time. So she knows when I'm there. She knew before that, of course, but like I mentioned earlier, she had periods of not showing up for a week or two, and then showing up again, etc. As soon as we finished the conversation, she went on to her female friend and left the gym as it was her mission to just talk to me. At least I honestly got that impression from all that I picked up. Now, the reason that I was so cold to her all this time is because she is much younger than me. She's 18, but like I said, a bombshell, very fit, Brazilian ass. Truly a genetic marvel. She seems nice as I can spot the whores from a mile away. No tattoos and all the other signs from which you can instantly tell if she's a whore or not. I've never been with a woman that much younger than me, but lately as I got into my late 20s, a lot of those girls started giving me attention. But this one is the best looking out of them, and after she approached me, I decided to push things forward with her because she is very persistent. I thought, since I could tell that she is very nervous when she talked to me, to just do a quick workout together first, loosen her up a little bit, get a little touchy, and then of course I will ask her to do something fun. Catch a ride on the bike usually works quite well. Now, if I had to bet, she has a massive crush on me. Did she got scared a bit and got nervous, therefore not showing up yet? I know that just 7 days have passed, but I was thinking that she would show up in a day or two, but she did not. What are your thoughts about the situation, and how should I continue with her, move more slowly and being more assertive, and try to make things happen faster? Do you think that she ghosted me and is actually the biggest attention whore that I encountered? Or is she just playing a cat and mouse game and risking that I lose interest, which I usually do when this happens? But as she is very young, do you think that I need a little more patience with her? I've tried looking her up on Instagram, and she does not seem to have it. I also did not saw her in the local clubs where more promiscuous girls go out. So I'm thinking this one actually has potential. I feel stupid for even asking you this, since I'm not a kid. Just wanted to hear your opinion from experience regarding these situations, since I never had a persistent girl like this. So it just smells a little fishy to me, and you always make videos with logic and valid points. I've attached a few of my pictures so you get the idea how I look like. Far from Giga Chad, but I really try to maximize every single aspect that I have control of and am constantly working on myself. Looking forward to hearing your opinion, and what do you think I should do next and at what pace? Thanks, brother.
All right, sir. Salute to you, and thank you for your video request. All right, where do we get started? So you're basically a Chad. You say you're not a Giga Chad, but you sound like a Chad. And the reason why I say this is because you're a man that gets choosing signals when you're in public. With very little effort, women just naturally gravitate towards you. They find you attractive, they smile at you, they put themselves in your presence. They want to be near you. Forget about the girl's age. Really makes no difference in this scenario. This girl has put herself in your vicinity because of one reason. She wants you to make a move. And a man that knows what he's doing, a man that's been there and done that, a man with the lady's touch, will most definitely make a move. So you've trained with her, you've talked with her, you've flirted a little bit back and forth with her, but there's one thing that you haven't done. You haven't asked her for her phone number, you haven't given her your phone number, you haven't asked her out on a date, you haven't progressed things outside of the gym. Now I know a lot of guys out there think, well, maybe if I move too fast, if I make the move too soon, I'll scare her away. But that's where you're wrong. In reality, there are two types of women out there. Woman number one is kind of like the female version of the type A personality male, the alpha male. And what I mean by this is she's confident, she's aggressive, she goes after what she wants. When there's a man that she's interested in, she does whatever she has to do to get his attention and make it happen. And hell, she might even ask him on a date. But most women don't fall in that category. That's a fairly small percentage. Most women out there are type B women. These are women who are generally shy in public. They're a little bit afraid of public display of affection, you could say. And these are the type of women that do want boyfriends. They do want to go out on dates. But they're kind of afraid to make things happen. So when you play the slow game with these type of women, what they want is for you to be smooth about it. You know, be a little bit slick about it. Under the radar. You know, slide her your phone number. Tell her to call you whenever she leaves the gym. If she's nervous, if she's shy, just kind of smile. Say, "You're shy, aren't you?" And she'll say, "Yeah, I kind of am." Just be like, "Cool, no worries. Just text me later." You know, you have to be slick about it. Give her your number, or, you know, if you're in a country that doesn't give out phone numbers, use WhatsApp or whatever it may be. Give her your contact info and tell her to text you. Tell her to call you. And shy girls love this because it's under the radar. You know, they're not being put front and center. You know, you're not putting all the attention on them and scaring them away. No, you're being smooth about it and you're walking her through the process. You just have to be, you know, very slick about it. Ask her to work out with you next time she comes back. And while you're working out, already have your name and phone number written on a piece of paper, and it should say, "Text me tonight" on it, and hand it to her. It's as simple as that. You know, when you're playing the slow game and you're just walking around talking with her, flirting with her back and forth, sure, you're building up tension, but you're also friend zoning yourself. Keep in mind, this may be a shy girl. This may be an inexperienced girl, but she's still a woman. And women have very little patience for men that are afraid to make a move. Okay, they're going to put you in one of two categories. Well, one of three categories. Category number one is that badass motherfucker that knows what he wants and he knows how to get it. And women can't resist these type of men. Category number two, the friend. The nice guy that's never actually going to get anywhere, unfortunately. Or category number three, the creep. And a lot of times guys end up in the creep zone because they fail to make a move. You know, when you have a moment to make a move on a lady and she's interested in you and she likes you, but you don't make a move, and she decides to move you from category number one to category number two, and then you're still like hovering around her, and eventually she gets repulsed by you because you never made a move and she's not quite sure what you're still doing here. Well, then she'll put you in category number three, and that's the guy that just kind of hovers around like a creep. So this is why you got to move quick. Strike while the iron is hot. When a woman is expressing interest in you, maybe take a brief day or two tops to talk to her, get to know her, you know, flirt with her a little bit, whatever it may be. But as soon as possible, you need to give her your phone number or whatever contact info you'd prefer and instruct her to get a hold of you tonight. The sooner you move, the better your chances are. And this goes for any of you guys out there under any and all circumstances. If there's any lady out there that you find yourself in a little situation with, maybe a gal at work who, you know, you're getting this vibe, you think she likes you, you think you like her, but you're playing this slow game. You've been going into work for weeks or months, and it's like you're a work couple. It's like you're married at work, but you go home and you don't talk to each other. No, you don't want to have any of that going on. Right there in the very beginning, you give that person your phone number and tell them to call you. And let it be known that your intentions are to get the ball rolling, romantically or sexually. Not just friends. No, let them know. Say, if you're single and you're interested, you should give me a call tonight. Write that on a piece of paper and hand it to them. It's a very simple way of going about it. And if they decide that they're not interested, cool. You got that out of the way. Now you don't have to have yourself in a confusing debacle. But chances are, if they're interested in you, if she's giving you choosing signals, she's flirting around with you, chances are she is interested. And as long as you make your move quick, strike while the iron is hot, you can get the ball rolling. But if you wait too long, friend zone or creep zone, one of those two. So make it quick. All right, guys. I hope this addresses your question, and I hope this resolves your issue. And the very next time you see this gal, you need to make sure she gets your phone number. And when she calls you or texts you, you need to ask her on a date immediately. No more waiting around. Be quick about this. Women aren't on the market for a long time. Okay, if she's an attractive girl and she's a good-looking lady, somebody else is going to come along and scoop her away. You betcha. Happens every time. All right, guys, I hope this video was somewhat informative, but that's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.